What's up guys, it's Dingus Jelly, and the topic of today's NBA video is the Milwaukee Bucks. How they've been so dominant, blowing out the Heat in 2 straight games, and now have taken a 3-0 lead to the team they lost to last year, and the team that eventually went to the finals last year, in the bubble. If you're new, please subscribe and hit the like button, as by the end of this summer we're trying to get to around 300 subscribers, and for this video, the goal is 6 likes, so make sure you guys smack that like button so we can definitely beat that goal. Alright, so let's talk about why the Bucks are so dominant. First off, this 2020 offseason was one of the big reasons why. They traded a bunch of picks to the Pelicans to bring in Jrue Holiday, who's been a defensive enforcer and playmaker. Now they have a big three of Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis, right? So here, Jrue Holiday, he'll get you a lot of good defense. A lot of NBA players think he's like one of the best defenders, if not the best defenders. He's known like that within the NBA players like community. So he's really good for them. And then he can also play make. Like the last 2 games, he's got 10 plus assists. He can run their offense. He can pass to Giannis, who can score. Middleton, who can shoot. Bryn Forbes coming off the bench with some energy, with some threes. Bobby Portis, who's 3rd or 4th in the league in 3-point percentage. So this team is just so much better. They got Bobby Portis. They also made a trade for PJ Tucker, who's been doing good defensively and also offensively off the bench. And then just their whole bench is so much better. They have way more depth compared to last year. Chris Middleton's been super good, very efficient, super underrated. Giannis playing better than ever. This team, they don't have a Giannis doesn't have to average 29, 30, 35, I don't know how many other points. They can have all 3 other guys doing really good together with a good effort from a Bobby Portis, a Bryn Forbes, a Pat Connaughton, Brook Lopez, so many other people, and they can still win. So this team is really good for that. Like Bryn Forbes yesterday, 11 points. Jrue Holiday, 19 points, 12 assists. Brook Lopez, just 13 points. Like, he can just score 10. That's good. Giannis had 17 points, 5 assists, and 17 rebounds. Giannis wasn't even the leading scorer. He was like the 3rd highest scorer, and they blew out the Heat. Chris Middleton has been doing really good these last few games. I'll just have to take a sec to talk about how good Chris Middleton's been, because he's been super underrated. Not many people really pay attention to him because he's like 3rd or 2nd best player in that game, in that team. But yesterday, 8 for 16. Day before, didn't do too good. Game before, he had 17 points, but he had a lot of free throws. He went 4 for 5. And then the day where he got the game winner, 10 for 22. He's been shooting pretty good from 3 as well. So just Chris Middleton's been really good this playoffs. So has Giannis, and so has Jrue Holiday. I can pull up Jrue Holiday's stats now, because he's also really, really good. He'll get you a lot of steals. So, yeah, Jrue Holiday. And Giannis, like, he's also been really good. So, this team, they just bring together a lot of defense, a lot of pressure, a lot of skill, a lot of shooting, and it's deep, and it's working really good. Alright, Jrue Holiday stats, 7 for 10, 9 for 18, 5 for 12. 5 for 12 isn't even that bad, but he had 7 rebounds and 15 assists, 12 assists, or 11 rebounds. Like, he can do a lot of great things, and we haven't talked about defense. He got 3 steals, 2 steals, you know what I mean? Like, and he's scoring like 15 to 20 points, so he's doing really good for them. Same thing with Chris Middleton. And then finally, we'll talk about Bobby Portis, because Bobby Portis is shooting so good off the bench, coming off the bench. Same thing with Brook Lopez. They have good centers who can shoot the ball. Bobby Portis also getting a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks. And so it's just been really good. They're a very tough team when it comes to rebounding. So they get a lot of offensive and scrappy rebounds. So yeah, the Bucks have been really, really, really good. And I think whoever gets them in 2nd round, it's most likely the Nets. Like, come on now. Boston doesn't stand a chance against the Nets. And the Heat are up 3-0, and Boston's also probably going to get swept. But, like, the Brooklyn Nets are probably, this is not an easy matchup for them. Like, they should maybe even be scared, because their big 3, Kyrie, can get clamped by Jrue Holiday, and then James Harden and Chris Middleton can be exchanging buckets. And then Giannis versus KD, who's going to win? Both are very lanky, very strong. Who's going to win that matchup? So it's pretty evenly matched. And the thing with the Nets is they don't have as much depth. Nicholas Claxton, okay, Brook Lopez. And then when you have people like Mike James playing, nothing against Mike James, Bryn Forbes can come in and do better. Like, they have so many guys who have way more depth. So Milwaukee's one of my sleeper picks to potentially actually make it out of the East if the Brooklyn Nets do not. So whoever wins the 2 out of 3, the 2 versus 3, like they actually have a really good chance. But we'll see if Giannis can stop Joel Embiid if the Sixers make it to the conference finals. One thing I haven't really mentioned, their defense is amazing. Giannis is playing great defense on Jimmy Butler, locking him up, same thing with Bam. Drew Holiday playing great defense, and Chris Middleton, he doesn't have to be amazing at defense. He can just score for them. But other people are good at defense. Like I said, Bobby Portis. PJ Tucker is a strong guy. He played center last year. Now they have more like a power forward role, so I think that fits him way better. And their bench is also pretty physical. Let's talk about who else is on their bench. Like I mentioned, Bryn Forbes, PJ Tucker. Also, another guy, Dante DiVincenzo, doesn't have to score. He can play some great defense. So this 10-man rotation of Giannis, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, PJ Tucker, Bryn Forbes, Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, and like Jeff Teague maybe. That's like 9 to 10 man, and they're blowing the Miami Heat out convincingly, like 20 to 30 points, and the starters are sitting the last 10 minutes of the game. So this is just crazy how the Milwaukee Bucks had such great moves this offseason, and now they're looking way better because of an improved bench in depth, and also a new star, a new part of the big three in Drew Holiday. If they got Bogdanovich, that's a different story. They would be even more deeper because at that point, DiVincenzo goes to the bench, and DiVincenzo can bring his defensive uh, capabilities off the bench, and that's even crazier. But that's it for today's video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that like button. It's been Dingish Daily. Have a great day. Tell me in the comments down below who you guys think will win if it's the Bucks versus the Nets, and what do you think about this Bucks team in general? And can Giannis capture his first ring?